Hello everybody, Ronos here, and I wanted to do a different video from what I've normally done before. If you notice, this is actually a pre-recorded video. I didn't have my setup when I initially made the video, but I thought it was a great game and a perfect opportunity to both talk about and showcase Chromie, who you can see right here I'm playing as on the pig. Um, just kind of it's kind of a new way of going about it. I wanted to see everybody's feedback, whether they prefer this method, which is me talking after the video so I can commentate on it, as well as like decisions on talent choices and other things up here. And you can see both sides with the observer interface here. Now, the reason why I was doing this video was to both showcase Chromie. This is again just a quick match. I was solo queuing as her, getting familiar with the builds, trying out what works in certain comps. As you can see here, it's me with a Tyrael, a Brightwing, a Zool, and a Rhaegar, so fairly balanced on my side, versus an Uther, a Nubarak, Zagara, Leoric, and another Chromie. So you get to see like what the enemy Chromie is doing as well. That was a great kill right there. I didn't have vision of her at the time. I just figured she'd be at the healing well. So part of every Chromie player is going to be both predicting and kind of laying down your defenses or setting up kill opportunities depending on where the enemy is and depending on where the objective is in poking. For my level 1 talent, I went with Time Walker's Pursuit this match. Because I felt that I needed the mana because I was going to be poking a lot, and you can see that I'm already below halfway. But because of Time Walker's Pursuit, which I do get pretty early in this match as well, you only need 15 globes. It allows you to have incredible mana regen as well as the flat 5% ability power when you get it. So up here, our team's just going to go ahead and take this temple, while the enemy team up here is contesting and will take the top temple here. Now, again, because of my poke with Chromie, I'm able to keep the opposite Chromie away. She does get in some good hits, but as you'll see as the match goes on, I'm using a strategy of increased poking and high spamming of the... oh man, I just blanked out for a moment. The Sandblast ability. So I went ahead and took Piercing Sands so that I'm able to hit more than one target at a time. So what my thought process is on Chromie in general is that Chromie requires a very niche comp and map to work successfully, especially if you're comparing her to the other mages. So I'm being out here because I'm out of mana and low on health. I'm not sure what happens to the Rhaegar. I'm pretty sure he escapes. And let's see up here. Now, the MMR range for this match also is, I believe it's around like 2,500. But, you know. So, let me go back to Chromie. Sorry, I got off topic. So Chromie, the playstyle I see her being in is going to be used specifically on maps that require extra poking. The objectives are either summon base or static, whereas like you have to channel to get the objectives, like on Cursed Hollow, or possibly even Blackheart's Bay. And I could see her being semi-useful on maybe Infernal Shrines, and that might be it, because she's practically useless with any type of objective against bosses, or with the mercs, or with a objective that is, where you have to kill them, basically. So, Battlefield of Eternity, and if Haunted Mines ever comes back, she would probably be terrible with them as well. And in general, I feel like she does work, but you need help from having a great warrior who can peel and provide CC, or anybody who can provide extra stun so that you can set up your combo. Now, the build I'm going with, again, is Time Walker's Pursuit, Piercing Sands, and now I just chose Mobius Loop. So Mobius Loop will allow me to spam my Dragon's Breath ability more often, and I don't care about the damage reduction because the idea is to have increased poke, and with the extra mana just be able to spam those abilities more often to keep them at bay, especially the opposing Chromie here. Now, I got lucky in this match too, where I was fighting opponents who either didn't move that often or just didn't react to my spamming with my projectiles. So even Zul's great because you can provide the Bone Prison and then you can follow up with a combo. Now over here, again, with Sky Temple in general, she's okay in Sky Temple, but it's kind of another objective-based map where you're probably not going to be anywhere near the temple itself. You're going to be off to the sides, in the bushes, trying to peg down and keep the opposing team members at bay. Anything you can do to kind of prevent them from reaching you, as well as poking and just keeping them away. So easy cleanup there. We still have a Leoric, and I'm pretty sure he's very he plays an aggressive style Leoric, I've noticed, and even though you can punish him for it, I mean, he's a warrior, he's got a lot of health, and Chromie just doesn't impact him as much as the other heroes. Like, even that, I mean, it barely chipped away, like, 2 bars of the Nubarok's health. And I wasn't paying too much attention to what my opponents chose until level 10. But, you know, Underking, yeah. So right here, I just chose Slowing Sands, and it'll basically allow me to help add in extra peel for my team, provide zoning tools, kind of keep the opponents at bay. Now, they didn't have much diving mechanics. They couldn't really, except for a Nubarok and possibly if Zagara gets like a Maul or something. I mean, I felt pretty confident that my team would be able to keep them at bay or at least keep them from jumping on me. So up here, I went top just so I could get some more XP because we didn't have level 10 at that time, and now we did for the next objective. Let's see, my enemy team, the enemy and my team just wanted to constantly keep team fighting for no reason at all. So, not much I can do. He does escape, that's good. They got the Brightwing there. I'm still up top. Again, like I said, you want to make sure if you're playing Chromie to play safe. So you want to provide a defense in case anybody tries to gank you. You want to usually stick in a lane with somebody else. And I immediately popped my ult there just to prevent Leoric from catching up to me. And it looks like this. A Nubarok was trying to make something happen. I guess he was fearful of the base. They probably could have just came over and ganked me, but I don't know if they were new players or not, and Brightwing came to my rescue anyway. So the next temple phase is up. We've got middle and bottom here. I tried to ping people to take these merc camps before these triggered, but obviously in quick match you're not going to get as much team listening communication. So here comes the enemy team to take mid. We're already here, so we're going to try and kick them off of here and contest it. Bottom I'm not too worried about. Because again, Chromie cannot be by herself. She will be overrun and dispatched. So we both got our ults to kind of zone. This Rhaegar did a fantastic job too in keeping us all healthy. They can't really do that because Zul just popped his ult as well. So with the zoning tools, they're basically forced to retreat to bottom, which is fine. So I knew my team got middle. I went to, down here to get some last minute experience here. And then I was making my way down to bot. Nice Rhaegar. Now here, I believe I was trying to make something happen, poking them away from the Rhaegar in this wave here. Our team was still top and mid for whatever reason. They could have abandoned it once they saw that the entire team left, and just had maybe a Brightwing up top to take it because of her teleport. I don't know. It was fine. Yeah, I'm trying to just peel for them as best as I can. Oh, I mean, like, zone them out. And Nubarok can't jump me, but at this point, level 11, he doesn't have the damage, really, to outright burst me down or anything, so I wasn't too worried about him. And he did take Locust Swarm, so I wasn't worried about being cocooned either with a follow-up. So now, the Leoric did take Entomb, which kind of backfired because it made him more stationary and an easier target for me and any follow-up. So right here, we're chasing them all away. I'm able to pop a couple off extra because of that Piercing Sands talent. Getting those multiple hits here. It's very important to have vision when you're playing Chromie, because you're going to be trying to poke and deal damage at maximum range, because that's where she excels at. So level 12, I took reaching through time, so it increases my range, which is exactly what I was talking about. You need to have maximum range with Chromie in order to be even more effective. Now here I'm trying to clear out some of this damn creep. I'm not sure what my team was doing with allowing this much creep, especially in bot. I mean, it's pretty easy to take care of. We have the tools necessary. I mean, Tyrael can just pop some of the smites, or, you know. But it's expensive for Chromie to do it because she doesn't have any other way except for Dragon's Breath. So, you know, I was trying to ping them or tell them, you know, to take out some of the creep too. So, I'm getting some Mercamps here. We got the top bruisers. Brightwing's guarding mid. I believe that was me pinging for the top fort here because it was close to being taken down. Even though they did get this Mercamp, it would have been easy for just me or anybody really to just pop it. So let's... And I actually like this observer tool. Yeah, it sucks that you can't really scroll or skip to places too well, but you can zoom out pretty far. Like this is max zoom right here. So I kind of like them both. So at least get to see the action here. This is both of us Chromies either whiffing or missing, but I'm trying to do my best just to poke and keep the team away. There was a good maw. Got two of our teammates there. But they didn't have any follow-up. They didn't really have any damage, and if their Chromie isn't on top of following up, it wasn't going to do much. Uther just got... Anubarak just got Divine there. And I'm staying in the back and poking from afar. My increased range, too bad, I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty far. It's almost like a full screen worth that I can actually hit people now. So that was a pretty good team fight. Took out Leorc, and here we are taking mid. Yeah, Leorc, you can swing all day, buddy. You ain't doing the damage. So I knew I could push him out a little bit here. My real targets were Zagara, the other Chromie, and Uther. If I took down a tank, great. You know, Piercing Sands is doing its job, and it's going through the tank and hitting the healers behind them. So at level 15, I took Shifting Sands, which allows you to get some extra damage based on when you hit with your sand ability. Okay, they're trying to push in again. Zul popped his ult, keep him stationary, and I was able to apply pressure with my two abilities as well here. Yeah. And I mean, my mana's doing all right. I mean, I'm spamming the abilities, mostly keeping Dragon's Breath on cooldown, so I can either use it for when they get a good stun or when anybody is trapped. I really want to take this Mercamp to help pressure them off, and I kind of wanted Boss, but I figured it probably wouldn't be possible. We were already kind of low man anyway, and at least taking the 2 siege camps would alleviate a lot of the problems. Some pressure so that we could probably take either top or mid later. Here we go, we're trying to take this one. I believe they wanted to take Boss, and I believe you'll see what happens if that's the case. This is actually the first time I'm watching this replay. It's been a while since I watched the vid, since I participated in it, but it's great to see the enemy team and what they've been up to while we were doing other stuff too. So a couple of our teammates are pretty out of position here. I'm surprised their Chromie didn't take advantage of that. There's some hits. That didn't even do much. I was watching what the enemy team Chromie was doing in the meantime. I was very much aware of what the enemy team Chromie was doing. I needed to know if she was going Dragon Breath build or the Sand build, but she actually went like an AP build, which is ability power. But she did take Slowing Sands as well, so you'll see that come into play. Another great Maw, and let's see if she capitalizes on it. And, yep. Both Shifting Sands. Good thing they give you that coloration difference so you can tell. But yeah, again, you know, our team just kind of out-sustained them, and they had to go back for a Sippy Cup. So, let's see. I'll be coming up to my next talents here. So the enemy team also took Time Walker's Pursuit. She went with the Bronze Talons, which increases the auto attack damage, which is all fine and dandy. I didn't go with that talent because I knew with the 2 tanks that I would need to hit their back line much easier, and Piercing Sands allows that. Then she went with Slowing Sand, a Mobius Loop, which is great. Slowing Sands, and they're being kicked off the bottom, it looks like. Let's see if anything happens. And then Reaching Through Time, which of course is great too, so pretty similar. Yeah, stack up. That's exactly what I need. Now, I was trying to pinpoint where the opposite Chromie was, and look at that. And as soon as I knew where she was, or had a feeling I knew where she was, I was able to apply pressure. Oh, I was so close. In order to chase them out. Once you kill their damage dealers, they don't have much health. Now, this was smart by her in staying in the bush in order to get maximum range, and she was trying to pick at me. Once I realized that that's where she was, we kind of did some back and forth action just to kind of stall them out and make sure that they were going to be low on health. Follow up. So you'll see I'm trying to clear this wave along with Brightwing, while me and the opposite Chromie are actually fighting each other in this bush. And I almost get her, I think, but I think she moves out of the shrub just as my last hit would have gone off here. Right there, yeah, that would have killed her. But she moved out. And again, I have no vision of this. I was just guessing that this is where she was at. So not too bad. I B because there's no reason to really stay bot anymore. And we're going to move up here anyway and try and take out mid. What they should have done is started this Merc camp. Yeah, there we go. And there's Arzul is pushing. Brightwing I'm not too concerned about. And we'll go ahead and take out this Bruiser camp here. I'm still surprised nobody attempted boss, even at the 16-minute mark. There we go. So a failed Entomb here. Arzul's doing a great job keeping healthy. Oh, she is so low. Bam. Everybody else from her team is basically separated. And we took out Leoric. Sorry, I made you miss that. And now we're positioning for the boss. Now, I immediately pop my ult here in this shrub so I can get some vision. And I pop my the time trap here so to provide vision as well. Now, yeah, you can stay here, but you know, it's an Uther, I don't really care. And our Rhaegar's doing a fantastic job of keeping vision as well, so. And here comes the enemy team. Anubarak is preparing to get on that point. But where's his team? They are too busy up here fighting our Rhaegar, who's 1v3ing, or at least 1v2ing. And Brightwing joined him. And now it's basically like a cleanup. We got him on the run. Another failed Entomb. Just trying to get that Uther with my abilities. The new temples are up as well, so this is an integral fight, because whoever wins this is basically going to be prepared to win the game. So, and I believe we take this. Do we take this for it? For keep? We should. Actually, we should have even gone core here, but I don't remember if we do, and then we basically just run out of steam because a lot of us are out of mana or getting close. Yeah, see, Tyrael's attacking this this tower, which doesn't make any sense, and he should have been peeling for us here for the core damage. Did I mention how weak Chromie is? Because she doesn't have a lot of health. At level 19, I did take Past and Future Me, by the way. So that way I can cast 2 versions of my Sandblast, of course at 50% damage. Now here, yeah, we're taking a lot of damage, and I believe we've run, we get it to about 50%-ish, yeah. There's another good maw, but again, really no follow-up. Even the Zagara missed her abilities. And we're all really low. And even the rest of our team's staying. They need to get out of there. I mean, you can only ping and give people so much direction before... That was a nice chunk. Yeah, before they get it. Quick match, at least. I'm only staying because I have the range, and I know it'll be fine. And I know he didn't take his cocoon, so... Yeah, here come the rest of the tanks, and luckily Brightwing comes to save me. I did overstay my welcome too a little bit, especially because I noticed this too, is as I'm getting better with Chromie, is you need to retreat and keep your distance between you and the enemy at all times. So if any time one of you guys is closer than the other, you need to back up, or if they're leaving, then you advance. So it's kind of like a back and forth action, and we're all kind of low. And this Leoric, yeah, I mean, for some reason I've noticed too is that whenever you lay Time Trap, I kind of do this defensively too, is they can kill it pretty easily, no doubt, but everybody seems to be afraid of it when they're chasing me. I mean, like I had an Illidan in another match, and every time he hunted me or something, I would lay my Time Trap and ult, like immediately, and he would either give up, or as soon as he sees the Time Trap, he'd kind of like move out of the way here. Um, so anyway, we're on mid right now. The other Leoric and Zagara up top, which is fine. The rest of our team, I believe, comes and helps us. But because we're on core right now and it is falling fast, they basically have nothing left and have run out of steam completely, making that a GG. So I don't know if I can actually see the stat screen or not in this, but you know, let me know what you think. If you prefer this method where it's pre-recorded, or and I talk later with commentary, or if it's live, if you prefer live matches, so I can kind of give you my on-the-fly, you know, dialogue, if you will, and comments. Um, this match overall, the only I think if it went fairly well, our team comp was very good. The enemy team comp was, decent enough. They just didn't have the damage. Obviously, Anubarak was setting up for some CC. He was going to be like the primary tank, it looks like. And the Leoric also went with more of a tank build and going for Entomb, even though, it's okay. I like Entomb. Spectral Leech, yeah. And the opposite Chromie did go with past and future me as well. And fast forward, which I absolutely hate. It doesn't do much of anything. I mean, if you're lucky, you'll get that, that 1%. 1 second off, but the ability is on 3 seconds anyway, and you're assuming that you hit them at 75% or higher. I don't know. I feel like the other talents are just way better on that tier. Um, and Uther, of course, went with the Divine Shield, Redemption, Focus. So he went with like typical Uther build here. And on our team, we had a Tyrael, which went more of a tank build, and Judgment, so he could probably target the Chromie or even Uther in the back lines. But I mean, we didn't have much follow-up damage either. The Rhaegar went with, looks like a little bit of the shield and healing build. And the Zool went pure skeleton build, it looks like, and Backlash, which makes sense, I suppose, because he's going to have the two frontline warriors attacking him. And Brightwing went with, typical Brightwing-ish, it looks like, and Greater Polymorph, which helps. So my reasoning on Chromie, kind of like my thoughts on Chromie, is she's a very niche hero. You need to have a team that can provide CC and peel for you. Having a great support also helps in those to pull out some heals for Chromie because she's got very low health. I kind of went over the build. This is usually the build I would go with. It worked great for Sky Temple in particular against Double Warrior here. But all in all, is she better or worse than like other mages? Well, I think she's actually worse right now than like Li Ming, who fits into more comps and more maps because of one reason, and that's because Li Ming can actually damage the objectives. She can take out merc camps, she can clean up waves semi-easily, and she can actually participate in the objectives when it's taking down immortals or clearing out bosses or whatnot. She does a great job. Chromie can't do that. She's got one ability that does it, and it's on a huge cooldown, and you don't want to really waste it when you're supposed to be bursting down the enemy team, who will be no doubt coming after you. But what she excels at is range and poking, which is the build I was kind of going with, range and poke. Now, the biggest difference I feel is also with the alts. Both of her alts are kind of low impact alts and require a lot of teamwork, especially if you go with the other alt there. But all in all, she's good, but you need to pick her only, she's definitely not a first or second or maybe even third pick if you're playing a ranked or a team league. I would reserve her for maybe like the last two or a surprise last hit. But again, if Li available or even Kael'thas, why would you pick her over them? Um, the only maps again that I see that she's viable is she's good in Sky Temple. That's all right, no problem really. She can't participate much in the actual temple, but she can. She has lots of coverage. She can hide out in lots of the shrubbery or off to the side, outside the range of everything, and be able to pick them off or chase them out. She's also good probably in Blackheart's Bay and maybe Infernal Shrines, and probably the best in Cursed Hollow. Now, does that mean she's terrible? No. But and she certainly takes a lot of skill in order to use to properly time your hits and your skill shots. Um, so anyway, that's my thoughts on Chromie as well as some gameplay action in Quick Match. Again, I was solo queuing if this was a team environment, which I may show in another vid, like what a more team-related environment is like or ranked, so you can kind of see like what the suitable comps are to use on her as well as a map. So maybe I'll do that in the future. But let me know if you like this style of commentary or if you prefer the live coverage or live action. Um, Speaking. Now I am working on getting a new microphone as well. I'm currently using the Hyperkin Cloud 2 headset, which is pretty great at gaming, but it's not what I want for actually recording my voice, especially if I'm doing this later commentary or voice recording. So let me know, and that's it for now. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. Damn it, Shorty!